Welcome back. It's March, it's officially spring, so our attention is now turning to something a bit lighter in the kitchen.
And Tommy Butler from the Radisson Blu Royal Hotel in Dublin is doing the honours today. You're promising us great things, Tommy. Good morning to you.
And I was hoping for great weather as well, but we can't do much about that,
but
unfortunately.
This is a recipe that if we master, I suppose, is relatively easy once you know how to do it.
It's very simple. Like, I mean, a salad is a salad, and I think we all have different interpretations of what we put into salads. You might like peppers, you might like spring onions or shallots or whatever. So it's completely up to yourself what you put into the salad. Okay. This is just one way of looking at it, really. So I'll get cracking, because I have a bit to do, and then we'll have a chat in a second when I get plating. So first, I'm going to make a nam jim kind of dressing. It's like an Asian pesto for all the world, basically, right? So here I have a little bit of coriander root. I've kept the leaves because I'm going to use them in a salad later on. So the root is great because it's full of flavour. It's full of flavour, so I'm just going to pop these in here.
And I think a lot of times we get rid of the root.
Everybody throws out the root, and like, if you even just squeezing the root, you can smell the flavour of the root. As where like basil is not so great, but coriander, some stems really have amazing root. A little bit of chilli, a little bit of garlic. Again, if you like spicy food, go crazy. And again, remember, it is an Asian salad, so
a little bit of garlic is 4 cloves.
4 cloves, yeah.
A little bit of chilli. Our mouths will be on fire.
Absolutely. You have a little bit of ginger here as well. I'm going to chop that up slightly.
Lovely.
So a little bit of ginger.
I would say you eat very well. Having shared many lunches with you over the years.
We had your veal last night, to be fair.
He eats, he likes good food. Well, healthy food. You eat healthy.
Not all the time.
No, not all the time.
That would be boring.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but something like this might appeal to you.
Sometimes I eat quite plainly, so I mightn't go to the effort to mix up all these flavours. I might just have a piece of meat and some rice and some vegetables on their own.
So I put a little bit
uninspiring.
Of course, keep it simple sometimes, you know.
Yeah,
so a little bit of lime juice has gone in there, a couple of basil leaves.
Oh, lovely.
And I have a few mint leaves as well.
Lovely.
Okay.
Did you say, is that potato you popped in? Or
no, ginger.
Oh, ginger.
And just a little bit of oil. So I don't want this to be too runny, because I want it to kind of coat the beef.
The smell is incredible already.
A couple of cashews as well then, just to make it a bit nutty, yeah?
So toasted them?
Pop on the lid. I've just tossed them really little, and of course it doesn't work then when I try to blend it.
Have we plugged it in?
It was plugged in.
Oh, hang on.
Give it a squeeze.
I don't want to be at fault for that. It is in. Hang on, I'm going to plug it out and plug it back in.
Try
this
again.
goes bang, it's
One
live
more
TV.
time.
Okay,
Bang.
you're in.
Famous way of doing it.
Oh, right.
Well done, Aidan.
No panic, no pressure. Just give me the quick buzz.
Okay. So you want that consistency,
yeah,
you don't want it too smooth.
Yeah, a little bit nutty, yeah, so it's not too smooth. Again, you want a bit of texture in your salad, you know?
Okay.
So again, here you can see, you can smell those flavours in there now. Again, they take a bit of time to...
Gorgeous. You can smell the ginger.
Develop, you know?
And the garlic. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So then here I have some rump steak here. Now I have slightly cooked this off a little bit, because again I'm under a little bit of time pressure here. But again, you ideally would marinate this overnight, because again a rump steak is kind of not a lesser cut, but it takes a bit more cooking than some of the prime cuts.
It can be tough sometimes.
Sometimes it can be tough, yeah. So it takes a little longer to cook than some of the actual the nicer cuts like fillet or sirloin or ribeye.
And you trimmed
things
any
like
fat that was on it?
I've trimmed off a lot of the sinews and stuff on it, yeah, like that. And I've marinated some of this previously, well, because you want the marinade will actually break down the meat slowly overnight, you know, and then
you're a big fan of that. You've done it before, and I tried it. It works.
It's marinated. It just makes such a difference. It really inhibits.
So do this the night before,
absolutely.
ideally. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Then you've got a nice hot pan here. So again, nice hot pan, a little bit of oil just to swirl it in the end.
Okay.
Nothing
With loads
too
of
crazy.
time.
Absolutely. So again, like when you're putting the meat into the pan, and again, you never season a marinade. Don't put salt. Into pepper is okay, but salt will actually break down the meat too much.
Okay.
And you will it'll start to deteriorate in quality. It'll become kind of mushy, and it's not very nice.
Okay.
And it becomes quite salty. Then the salt intensifies. Then you just put your beef. Again, when you put it into the pan, don't put it in a big clump in the middle, because you want it to actually fry as opposed to kind of boiling. Because sometimes if there's too much meat, it tends to boil in the pan. So you need to give it a bit of space and let it breathe.
Okay.
So.
And how many people are we feeding with this recipe? Is it
this would be about, I have about 2 to 4, depending how hungry you are, really. So I'll just go with that for the moment.
I would say.
And again, now is when we can add our salt, because it's in the pan, a nice bit of seasoning. And again, when it goes into the pan, don't just leave it.
People
just have this habit of...
I need to be tossing it, I need to be...
Just let it be. It's absolutely fine to go from them. Okay, so I'll just pop these over here.
Could you substitute the beef with something else?
You could do lamb, you could do chicken. This is a straightforward one as well. It really depends on your own personal taste.
Prawns?
So prawns, any seafood, anything like that. Even tofu, if you want to go down the vegan vegetable route, you know.
I like the idea of using beef, though, because most of the time when you're eating beef, it is more of a hearty, home-cooked comfort dish, like you were suggesting earlier. This is a lighter variation of it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's quite nice.
They're quite light.
So from here, I'm just going to do some sweet potato wedges as well, just to go with it as well.
That's why I was wondering for the people who like their carbs. I was like, hang on a minute.
So here I just have a sweet potato, so I'm just going to very simply just cut it into some wedges, just like this. So into about 6 wedges. Very simple. This cooks really quickly. It's a really nice, simple dish. So just pop that here into the actual dish.
This is from your travels in Thailand?
Yeah, well, I suppose the wedges are something that's kind of trendy, so I wanted to do something a bit substantial, you know, something that would really help.
This has become a staple for so many families around the country looking to get the veg into the little ones because kids love sweet potato wedges. Sometimes more so
really
than the regular chips.
Moment, yeah.
Great.
Very much so. It's really trendy at the moment.
Yeah, you can also slice them up really finely, just make little crisps out of them. They burn very easy, but
Nice.
So in here I've just added a little bit of cumin and a little bit of black sesame. Not something as popular.
Black
sesame seeds. So again, lovely flavour. You can get them in the Asian market. I think probably some of the big shopping centres are probably doing them now at the moment as well. So you know, ideally you want them in there as well. So this guy's after dying on me now, of course. So I'll just pop it on there now again.
Here, Aidan, work wonders with that.
That was beginner's luck, plugging that thing back in.
Don't worry, I'll get
the
it.
full recipe, by the way, is up on the website. You'll get all the details there.
So then you would just
this.
Sorry.
No.
Yeah, so you would just literally just pop these into the oven. Very simple, just like that. So
for how long now, Tommy, should they be there?
About 30 minutes, 35 minutes, something along those lines, so not too long. You don't want to overcook them, you don't want them too much, you want a little bit of texture in them, you know? So when they come out, you have this
They're not
nice...
very soggy, all right.
No,
but they've kept their shape.
Nice. They keep the shape, and again, there's a nice little bite to them there as well. So this will be a nice accompaniment to the actual dish as well in a minute, when we actually serve it.
Mine never looked like that.
So just gonna...
That's why I'm enviously eyeballing them going, how did...
Well, I think what you do is as well, like when you put them in facing up, because then you get a nice crispy skin as well.
Okay.
So that does tend to help.
Point.
So it'll be a nice accompaniment for it as well.
Can I shake the pan?
Absolutely, shake the pan, although it's very gentle now when it's cooking.
So you like a little bit of pink in the middle, or do you want it all?
A little bit of pink in the middle, a little bit of, like, again, it is rump, so it has marinated, so it has actually had the time to actually relax, you know, and break down. So, like, even, like, we'll be able to eat this now, no problem in a minute, because, again, it has had time to relax.
And is rump the preference?
No, again, if your budget is a bit more, go fillet,
Right.
go strip line. It really depends what you like yourself, you know. So I just think rump, again, people are on budgets these days. They don't want to be going too crazy, you know. And again, it's a perfect cut of meat for what it is.
So with regards to the sauce, because you've marinated it and there's plenty of moisture there, are you going to drizzle anything over the top?
I'm going to have a couple of things now. I'm going to drizzle. So here I just have some mixed leaves. So what I'm going to do for a dressing really now.
Okay, we've 1 minute, Tom.
No problem. So I've got a bit of coriander here. I'll pop that in. A few basil leaves again. I have some roasted cashew nuts here as well, so I'm going to pop a few in here. And I'll actually pop a few in here as well.
Okay.
And here I have some pickled cucumber. This is just going to go straight in. And some of the juice off that is going to go in too. Some fresh chilli, especially because it's an Asian salad.
Do you pickle that yourself?
Some scallions, we do, yeah. This is our own pickle here as well. Again, very important, a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And again, give this a little toss. Again, I don't want it to be too wet because I will have a lot of juice in that pan in a minute as well.
Okay.
So, now I'll start plating this up. So a nice big portion here for hungry people in a Saturday morning.
How would you serve it if you were dishing this out for friends?
It would be pretty much quite similar to this. Quite raw, quite rustic, just like that really on the plate, you know. So just like this, I'm going to give it a quick
The leaf is optional, is it?
Absolutely, banana leaf is optional, you know. It's just more for decorative purposes since we're in Thailand, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, and since we're in
the garden cutting away.
A couple of shrimp crackers here as well, just for a bit of decoration. Can't beat shrimp crackers.
Gorgeous.
And
the
now,
smell is lovely, isn't it?
And again, now this is not, like, unfortunately the oven has gone against us, you know, but you would just literally pop this on top.
Okay.
And
are you ready to taste this?
That's a pretty substantial salad, Tommy. Yeah, there you go.
This is a big salad.
Thank you.
A little bit of mango for decoration, and we have some fruit.
How beautiful. Do you want to
bring it
pop
up
it up
here?
there? We'll take our tablets away.
Now, there you go.
That looks
Beef salad.
incredible.
And our sweet potato wedges.
Dig in, madame. That is fabulous, Tommy. That's a feast. Feast for the eyes as well.
You would definitely be full after all of this. So don't forget, full recipe details are up on our website, or you can call into Tommy in the Radisson Blue Royal on Dublin's Golden Lane and tell him that we sent you.
I was meant to read that. I'll read your bit. All right, excuse me. Up next, we are running down the top weekend trends you need to know for 2019. See you soon. That is delicious.